Hi, hello, welcome to Homeschool. This is your Class 7 Mathematics NCERT or CBSE board. In this channel, we are going to provide complete Class 7 Mathematics. Each and every problem will be solved by me. Start your journey along with us. We make mathematics very friendly for you. Actually, mathematics is the easiest subject compared to other subjects. Why do you know? We won't by heart anything in mathematics. If we understand the concept once, if you practice that problem, then you never forget. Suppose some of the children will say that mathematics is difficult. There is nothing wrong with the child. Try to understand that child might be lagging with the basics. Basics plays a major role for mathematics. Basics means what? It might be tables, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These are all the minimum basics for you, right? If you are perfect with every basic, then the concept will be clear for you. Then mathematics will be very easy. Don't worry about it. I'll make your mathematics very friendly for you. Suppose if you are weak in any basics, we are going to provide you mathematics basics in the channel. You can check in the description box or in the channel playlist. You can go for mathematics basics playlist. In that 30 to 40 videos are there. Minimum basics what you need for class 7 I have provided you. Just go to that basics, be perfect and then come back to class 7. Okay, let's begin our session today. Let me count my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I doing here? Counting. With what? Numbers. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all called as a counting numbers. The numbers used for counting is called as a counting numbers. And these counting numbers are also called as natural numbers. What are natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. Where it ends, we don't know. Right? And it is represented by the letter N. Set of natural numbers is represented in this way with a flower bracket. Natural numbers are represented by the symbol N. All the counting numbers are called as a natural numbers. It starts with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So next, if I join 0 for the natural numbers, if I write 0 along with the natural numbers, then which type of numbers are these? Whole numbers. It is represented by the letter W. Set of whole numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All the natural numbers along with 0 are called as the whole numbers. Next, coming to natural numbers. Natural numbers along with 0 and negative numbers. See here, negative numbers are called as what? Natural numbers along with 0, this become whole numbers. Whole numbers along with the negative numbers are called as integers. Today we start our session with the integers. That is your chapter number 1. And today is your introduction session. Okay, let's begin. What are integers? Natural numbers along with 0 and negative numbers. Or you may say that positive numbers, 0 and along with the negative numbers are called as integers. Integers are represented by the letter Z. That is, I may write in this way. So on -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Like this you can represent integers, or I may write it as 0 along with ±1, ±2, ±3, so on. Any way you can represent integers. What are integers? Integers are the numbers which includes positive numbers, negative numbers, and along with the 0. What is 0? 0 is a positive number or a negative number? No, 0 is neither a positive nor a negative. This is called as an integer and we call it as a neutral number. It is neither positive number or a negative number. Natural numbers are counting numbers. Natural numbers are subset of whole numbers. That means all the natural numbers we call them as a whole numbers also. Extra what you have? 0. 0 along with the natural numbers we call it as a whole numbers. Now whole numbers are subset of integers. Observe here, these are all whole numbers I can say. Natural numbers I can say. That means natural numbers and whole numbers are the subsets of integers. Subsets means these are the part of integers. And extra what you have? Negative numbers. Okay, 0 is neither positive nor a negative, but 0 is an integer. It is called as a neutral number. Okay, we are going to study in this year deep about integers. So finally what we can say? Integers. Integers are represented by the letter Z. That means integers are the numbers along with the 0, positive and negative numbers. We call them as a integers. Then what are the numbers which are not an integers? Do you know? These are all integers we are saying. Then what are the numbers which are not an integer? Look here, 2 by 3, 5 by 6 and 7.3 and 18.7. What are all these? Are they integers? No, they are not an integers. Not an integers. Why they are not an integers? They are in fraction form. That means these are rational numbers and these are decimals. What we can say? Fractions or decimals does not come under integers. Let's start knowing completely about integers. This is your chapter 1, class 7. Integers. Integers are the numbers which can be positive, negative or 0. Integers are represented by the letter Z and in set form how can you write? 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, so on. This dot dot indicates there is never ending numbers. Where it ends we don't know. And this side 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. This side also where it ends we don't know. That means all the positive numbers, negative numbers along with 0 are all called as integers. It is represented by the letter Z. By using number line, we are going to represent integers on a number line. See here, center will be 0. Center, neutral number, right? Center 0. Right side all positive numbers, left side all negative numbers. Right side towards right side positive integers or positive numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right side all positive numbers and from 0 left side you can see all negative numbers. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. I show the arrow mark this side and write here negative numbers, where 0 is called as a neutral number. It is neither positive nor a negative, but it is a integer. Okay. Now, which is greater number, children? Where you can see the greatest number 6 here. 6 is greater. And coming to smallest number in this number line, minus 6. Always negative numbers are smaller than the positive numbers. Negative numbers are always smaller than the positive numbers. Suppose if I take any two numbers, Let me take -4 and 2. Compare these two numbers, which is smaller and which is greater. Observe carefully. You have a negative and this is a positive number. Automatically you can say positive number is greater than the negative number. Suppose in two positive numbers, you take another example. 5 and 60, I'll say. Which is greater? Both are positive. Both are positive. 5 is greater or 60 is greater? 60 is greater. So 60 is the greatest number. Smallest number among these two is 5. Suppose if I take -3 -5. We have two negative numbers. In these two negative numbers, how can I say which is greater and which is smaller? Observe here. Whereas in positive numbers, greatest number is greater and smaller number is smaller. But in negative numbers, all the numbers are followed with a negative sign. Observe carefully here. Suppose if both the numbers are negative, okay? Among these two number, observe only number. Which number is greater? 5. Then this is smaller. Which number is greater along with the negative sign? That number is a smaller number. Okay, observe carefully children. Among -2 and -5, -5 is smaller, -3 is greater. One more example I am going to ask you. Let me take here 156 -83. 72 -54. Okay. Observe these two pairs here. Observe this one. Let me take two examples. Which is smaller? The number followed with a positive. No sign. No sign in the sense. Positive sign you can imagine. 156 and -83. Which is greater? The number with a positive sign is greater. So this is greater and this is smaller. Okay. When you see a positive number and a negative number, automatically positive number is greater. Negative number is smaller. Okay. Coming to your second example here. Both are negative numbers. -72, -54. Which is greater here? Minus. Both are negative. When they are negative, observe the number 54, 72. Which number is smaller? That is greater. In negative numbers, having smaller number, this is greater. And this is smaller. You can see this example here. -3, -5. Both are negative numbers. Which is having smaller number? That is a greater one. And which is having a greater number? That is a smaller one. So once again look here, if both are positive, see which is the greatest number, that is only greatest and smaller number is smaller. Suppose one is negative and positive number is always greater, smaller negative number is always smaller. Okay, suppose if both the numbers are negative numbers, at that time observe the number what you have. Both are negative means observe the number which is having smaller number, that negative number is greater. Okay, observe only this number. Both are negative. Now observe only number. Which number is smaller? That is greater. Now let us take example and arrange the numbers in an order. Either it may be ascending or descending order. Let me start arranging from ascending order. Arranging the numbers in ascending order. Arrange the numbers in ascending order. First observe all the numbers carefully. Ascending order means from small to big, right? Smallest numbers among positive and negative will be negative numbers. And you have here neutral number also, that means 0. First we write negative numbers 0, then positive numbers. See negative numbers where you have negative minus 3, minus 6. Among minus 3, minus 6, which is smaller? Don't say minus 3. Minus 3 is smaller, don't say. Ma'am, you can see 3 is small, no? So it is smaller. No. When you are talking about negative numbers, having a negative sign, this sign is negative, you know, right? Negative sign, greater number is smaller. Among minus 3 and minus 6 is smaller. After minus 6, minus 3. Then after these two negative numbers, neutral you have, that is 0. Then coming to other numbers, observe here, 15, 7, 3, 5. Which is smaller among these four? 3. Next 5. Next 7. Next 15. Okay. This is the way we need to arrange the numbers in ascending order. Descending order means 15, 7, 5, 3, 0, minus 3, minus 6. Is this clear? I am going to give you one problem as a homework. So let me write the homework problems here. First problem. Minus 85, 72, minus 63, minus 1, 0, 75, 1. Arrange these numbers in ascending order. Every type of a problem, I do 1 or 2 problems and I give you one problem as a homework. Arrange these numbers in ascending order. Okay, is this clear? How to arrange those in ascending order? First, observe the negative numbers. Which is having a negative sign and greater number is the smallest one. Okay, among these, how many negative numbers are there? 1, 2, 3. Among these 3, which is smaller? Which is smaller? Having a negative sign, greater number, that is a smaller number. This problem you need to do as a homework. If you understand this, you can do that problem. Next, you can see another number line here, but numbers are missing. We need to fill those numbers. Okay? As in your textbook, you will be having one column. Try this. In that, they have asked only some letters. But we try to fill all the numbers in the number line. And they have given these numbers represent on a number line. Arrange them in ascending order. First, let us try to mark these numbers on a number line and then fill full number line. First, 7. Observe here, children, number line minus 2 there. 7 means, count this side, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At letter O, your number 7. Coming to your next number, minus 5. Minus 3. This side you get minus 5. Minus 4 and this will be minus 5. Next, 4. 4 is a positive number. You get this side. Count from here. Minus 2, right? Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. At L letter, you get number 4. Next one, 0. Minus 1, 0. Then what about minus 4? After minus 3, you get here minus 4. Okay. Now, try to fill remaining numbers. Minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. And here it will be minus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is this clear? Now, arrange them in ascending order. See, observe 2 negative numbers are there. In these 2 negative numbers, which number is greater? 5 is greater. So, let me arrange in ascending order. Minus 5, minus 4, and you have a 0. Coming to positive numbers, 7 and 4 you have. So, 4 and 7, which is smaller? 4. Next, 7. Okay, this is the arrangement of numbers in ascending order. And let us try to check same way you can see the number line. Observe here. Minus 5, minus 4, 0, 4, 7. Yes, what we have done, the arrangement is correct. So, one problem for you. Number line, I may mark like this points. You just fill here. This is minus 1. Okay, this is 0. Minus 5. Okay, completely fill this number line. That is your homework. Integers. These numbers are used to perform various arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now we are going to know about some rules of integers. What are those rules of integers? First one, sum of two positive integers is an integer. Let us see this rule with an example. Let me take two positive integers as 3 and 5. Okay. Sum means what? Addition. Sum of two positive integers. Any integers, if you want, you can take bracket, children. Either it may be positive or negative. If you want, you can write here plus 3 plus 5. Positive numbers, no need of representing with plus sign. If nothing there, that means they are positive numbers. Observe here, sum of two positive integers is what? 3. 3 plus 5 will be 8. 8 is also a integer. I have taken two integers. Sum of these two integers is also a integer. Is this clear? Sum of any two positive integers is a positive integer. Okay. Second rule, sum of two negative integers. Two negative integers is an integer. Sum of two negative integers is an integer. Let us take with an example here. Any two negative integers you take. Minus 2, minus 3, children. Minus 2, minus 3. Sum of addition. Sum of means plus symbol. Take these numbers along with the brackets. Minus 2, minus 3. Observe this. Minus 2 plus of minus 3. When two negative integers, if you are adding, take the negative sign and add the numbers. 2 plus 3 will be 5. What is minus 2 plus of minus 3 answer? It is minus 5. These addition, multiplication rules also I am going to discuss with you. Sum of two negative integers is also a integer. Is minus 5 integer? Yes, it is a negative integer, right? Minus 5 is also a integer. Then this rule is satisfied. Coming to your third one, product of two positive integers is an integer. Let us take this with example. Any two positive integers you take. 5 and 2 I am taking here. Product means multiplication, right? With a symbol into or a cross mark. 5 into 2 is equal to 5 2s are 10. That means product of two positive integers is also a integer. And coming to your next rule, product of two negative integers is an integer. Let's check it out with an example. Let the two numbers we take minus 3, minus 2. Product into minus 3 into minus 2 is equal to what? Minus into minus, it will be plus. 3 2s are 6. Plus 6, that is also an integer. Coming to your next rule, let me write here. Fifth one. Sum of an integer and its inverse is equal to 0. Sum of an integer and its inverse is equal to 0. Now to understand this rule, we should know about inverse. What is inverse here? 3. Its additive inverse is minus 3. Minus 3 plus 3. 5 minus 5. 1 minus 1. 15 minus 15. Or minus 10, 10. For every integer, reverse sign. If it have a plus sign, then its inverse is minus sign with the same integer. Suppose if I take a number, let me take 3 plus 3. What is its opposite sign? Minus 3. Plus 3 minus same number you need to say. Minus 3 is the additive inverse. Minus 10 plus 10. 15 minus 15. See here, if I say you plus, you should say negative sign. If I say with negative sign, you should say with plus sign. 20 minus 20. 50 minus 50. Like this. What is this rule, children? We try to understand now. Sum of an integer plus. Sum of means plus. Sum of an integer. Let me take the integer 2. Sum of an integer and its inverse. What is 2? Additive inverse is minus 2. Sum of an integer and its inverse is equal to 0. How? Look here. 2 plus into minus, minus. And number you take 2 minus 2 will be 0. Sum of an integer and its inverse will be 0. Okay, is this rule clear? Same manner, we go with the last rule. Product of an integer and its reciprocal is equal to 1. Product of an integer and its reciprocal is equal to 1. Suppose if I take 2, product means into, right? Reciprocal of 2, 1 by 2. Reciprocal of 1 by 2, it will be 2. Okay, suppose if you take any integer, its reciprocal will be 1 by you need to take. Suppose if I give you 1 by 3, its reciprocal will be 3. Okay, product of an integer. This is an integer. If I say 1 by 2, that is not an integer. It is a fraction. It cannot come under integer. Understand carefully. Product of an integer and its reciprocal is equal to 1. What happens if you multiply? 2 into 1 will be 2. This 2 will be cancelled. Why? 2 1s are 2. 1 into 1 it will be 1. Therefore, finally what you can say? Sum of an integer and its inverse will be equal to 0. Product of an integer and its reciprocal will be equal to 1. That means you can say 0. 0 is called the additive identity. Additive identity. And 1 is called multiplicative identity. So therefore, let us repeat all the rules here, children. Sum of two positive integers is an integer. Sum of two negative integers is also an integer. Product of two positive integers is an integer. Product of two negative integers is an integer. Sum of an integer and its inverse is equal to 0. Product of an integer and its reciprocal is equal to 1. Now we are going to learn about an integer and what is its additive inverse. Suppose if I take plus 3, what is its additive inverse? Plus inverse is minus. So it will be minus 3. If I ask you minus 5, minus inverse is plus. That will be plus 5. Similarly, you just find out 100. 100 additive inverse is minus 100. If you have a positive integer, additive inverse will be negative, and if you have a negative integer, additive inverse will be positive. Let me give some integers and you are going to find its additive inverse, and don't forget to comment in the comment box. Okay, let me give the numbers here. Homework: minus 17, 25, minus 8, minus 3, 64, 172, minus 172. Okay, for all these integers, write the additive inverse and send me in the comment box. Integers, we should know more about integers, right? So in a single video, we cannot complete everything. In our next video, we are going to continue about addition of integers, subtraction of integers, multiplication and division of integers. Okay, let's combinedly solve in our next session. I do some problems and you are going to do some problems. And we are going to do these all operations on a number line also. So next we are going to meet in our next session. Until then, keep watching. Thank you all.